right now, just like me, sitting down in quarantine, got your blanket, grab some popcorn, grab some water, because y'all know you have to have some snacks now. Well, I'm home, we still in quarantine, I ain't got nothing else to do, so I'm sitting here watching a movie. Whilst I was watching the movie, I figured, you know what? Let me help everybody else out and let me go and dive into the top 10 TV shows and movies on Netflix that you can binge watch during quarantine, because we all need something to do, right? So let's start with the TV show, shall we? One of my absolute favorite TV shows is Queen of the South. I know it was on TV, and yes, I know I was late, but guess what? I have Netflix, and TV don't be showing you like the whole season for free no more. Like, you can't watch that on cable. So I'm glad I got Netflix, because I've been binge watching the hell out of Queen of the South. I guess I should probably tell you a little bit about Queen of the South, but it's basically like a typical mobster, I wouldn't say typical, but it's basically like your mobster, mafia type TV show. And it's all about how this girl got, basically, she kind of fell into the drug trafficking world. And I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but following her journey, it is so interesting, guys. You're gonna absolutely love it. You definitely have to check out Queen of the South. So my next TV show that I absolutely love is She's Gotta Have It. Now, I don't think this show is necessarily gonna be for everybody, but if you have a good sense of humor and you actually kind of like, sometimes she has a little bit of a dry sense of humor, then you're definitely gonna be into She's Gotta Have It. Now, this show isn't for kids, guys, so I wouldn't recommend that kids watch it. Some adult content in it. So if you're gonna watch it around the kids, you maybe want to be a little bit careful, put your earphones in. But I personally would recommend that you don't. But you're gonna love it. It's basically about this one woman who is dating like 4 different men all at the same time. It's basically about her journey and about the men and her relationships with different men. She's like the type of woman that's just a free spirit. That's how I'll put it. She's a free spirit woman. So, you know, she doesn't go by your typical way of life that you should be living in. So you definitely want to check out She's Gotta Have It. The next show I absolutely love, y'all. And it's on cable TV too, and I cannot wait for the new season to come out. But I found out about it late, and the cable was obviously cutting it, and you had to pay for episodes and all this kind of stuff, so episodes were missing. So I was like, you know what, I need to find this show somewhere else. So I went on Netflix and I found All American. All American is an amazing TV show. Actually, one of my co-workers was the one that recommended it to me, and I binge watched the hell out of that show too and caught up. And it's all about this young man's journey wanting to play football. And basically you follow, I don't want to give too much, so I'm really telling you just like a simple little storyline. But basically we're following him on his journey to professional football, which is what he wants to play. And there's so many twists and turns along the way. It's also got like a good mix of society differences and things like that, racial issues. It's all in that TV show. So if you want something to watch and you have not watched All American, you need to do so now. Okay, so the next show that I'm gonna talk to you about is Ozark. Guys, if you have not watched Ozark, I don't even know what to tell you. But let me tell you something. When I first started watching Ozark, I was like, what kind of stupidness is this? And I actually just turned it off at first. But everybody and their mamas was going crazy over Ozark. So I was like, okay, I clearly have to try and fight through it to watch it and understand it. You cannot be distracted when you're watching Ozark. Otherwise, you will not get it and you will miss important aspects of that show. I don't even know what to tell you or how to tell you about the show because it's so kind of weird, but it's all about no, not really money laundering. Well, yes, money laundering, hiding money, following a businessman, and his family, and the people that he ends up coming into contact with. But it's so interesting, guys. It is so interesting. And honestly, it's a bit tough at the beginning. It's a little slow, so it takes a minute to get there. But it is so worth it. You will be hooked like halfway through season 1. Or maybe closer to season 2. But still, definitely a good show. I wouldn't put it on my top 10 if I didn't think it was a great one for you to watch. Okay, my next show, which is the 5th show, TV show, is dun 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 You. It definitely made my top 5 list. Now, You is a very psychological TV show. That's what I'm gonna say. It's a psychological TV show where this man is, all he can do is he fantasizes over his ex and any woman that he comes in contact with, and it's all about you. If you're that woman, and he will go through all different types of lengths to keep you. I mean, it's crazy. He'll kill people, he'll lock people up, he does all kinds of insane things. But the show is so gripping. You just want to keep watching to find out what happens next. You just want more. So guys, if you haven't checked out You definitely need to do that. Okay guys, I know I said 5 TV shows, but I'm giving you a 6th. Okay, and the final TV show that people are sleeping on is Zoo. I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone says. Anyone that has not been watching Zoo, you need to watch it. It is amazing. It's all about animals and mutations and them taking over and crazy things happening, but it is so gripping. Guys, you need a TV show to watch. You definitely want to try and watch Zoo. Guys, do it for me. Please. Now we're gonna move over to the movie section. So, the first movie that I want to talk about is 6 Underground. So amazing. Ryan Reynolds stars in this movie and you would absolutely love it. It's an action, so it's good for the females and it's good for the males to watch together if you want date night. But I would definitely suggest that you all check out 6 Underground. It's action packed. The next movie that I'm going to talk about is a Tyler Perry movie, guys. I couldn't do this whole list and not have one Tyler Perry movie on the list that made the list. So the next movie that I want to talk about is, or recommend, is A Fall from Grace. A Fall from Grace is a great movie. I know that there's been mixed reviews and some of my girls actually didn't really enjoy it. They thought it was just okay. But I actually enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the storyline behind it. And I would definitely recommend that people actually try and give it a chance. It's basically about this lady who kind of gets messed up behind a man. She gets married to this man and he basically uses her and backdoors her in several ways than one. And I won't say any more of the storyline because I just don't think that's right. So you definitely have to go and watch it, but I think it's worth the watch. You ain't got nothing else to do, you're in quarantine. Okay, so the most recent movie that came out that everybody was going crazy about, and I went crazy about it myself and watched it on a plane on Netflix, and that was Fatal Attraction. Guys, you want a hot, steamy, action-packed movie? Yeah, you need to watch Fatal Attraction with Nia Long. My girl did that thing. She did it. It was an amazing movie and I would recommend it to anyone. And it's kind of like a typical, well, actually it's not your typical because an old friend of hers basically ends up falling in love and obsessed with her. And then he goes through all different kinds of lengths and craziness to get her. But she's also a married woman. So yes, definitely one for the ladies. Not too sure if the men would enjoy it as much as the ladies. However, I say you could watch it on a date night too. I mean, why not? It's not that bad. It's not a chick flick. It is an action. No, it's not an action. It's a romantic thriller. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so the next movie that I'm gonna recommend on Netflix is called Lovejack. If you haven't watched Lovejack, then you definitely want to try and check it out. This movie is all about a girl that goes away to find herself in Africa, and she met a man that she was going to date and all this type of stuff. He proposes to her. She finds out that he's basically like cheating, but she's already told her family, so she wants to show face. She meets this stranger. And he basically pretends to be her boyfriend and moves in with her and her family temporarily for the wedding. So the deal is that he has to go through with all of that and the wedding, and then after that they can separate. It's funny, guys. It's a good comedy. If you want something to watch and you haven't watched it yet, definitely check out Lovejack. Okay guys, so another movie that came out this year, and it's the final movie that I'm going to talk about, it was Extraction. Guys, if you have not watched Extraction, what on earth have you been doing during quarantine? I know majority of you guys have probably already watched it, but it's still gonna make my list because you already know it was an amazing movie. It's an action movie. I love action movies, guys. And it's basically about a man, a crew that basically is trying to save a little boy that was hijacked and bring him home to his family. And they call it basically The Extraction. It's an amazing movie, trying to keep him safe, his bond with the boy. It's good. If you have not watched it yet, I don't even know what you're waiting for. Turn me off, go and watch it. Okay guys, and I have one last movie. I know, I did it with the TV shows, I'm doing it with the movies. I can't stick to the 10. I told you 10, and I'm giving you 12. But hey, the final movie that I definitely want to introduce to y'all, and it's an old one, you guys may already know it, but it's Molly's Game. Idris Elba. If you have not watched Molly's Game, then you need to. It is so good, and it's based on a true life story. So definitely go and check it out, about a lady that runs an illegal gambling ring type situation. But you definitely need to follow that. If you have not watched Molly's Game, please go and watch Molly's Game. Okay guys, I feel like I've been speaking forever, but this is what movies and TV shows do to me, and I get so freaking excited. So, I don't know what else to say, but y'all may as well leave me and go back home and turn on your TV and go turn on Netflix if you need something to watch. I just wanted to give you something that you can think about during this quarantine, because it's all gloomy and droopy, and I'm just trying to lift your spirits up right now in such a crazy time. So guys, thank you so much for watching another Candidly VTV episode of the Quarantine Chronicles. And I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye guys. Dude, look at my popcorn bag. I don't know what I've been waiting on. Bye y'all. Bye.